Welcome back to Digi Bros.
Welcome back to Digi Bros.
So you were working hard all week.
I'm also curious to know if you, like, I've withheld something from you for a couple weeks because I wanted to tell you on Digi Bros. And I'm wondering if, like, you might have heard from Mom and Dad or now, but I did get into grad school.
Oh.
Yes.
What the fuck? No one told me! Why have you been holding that back?
Because I wanted to tell you on Digi Bros.
Why did you want to do it on Digi Bros?
Because it's more fun that way.
God damn. Was there something I fucked with you doing this with? There was something, right? Bloodborne. Me beating Bloodborne.
Yeah, you beating Bloodborne.
This is like...
So, yeah.
This is kind of on a higher echelon than that, though, in a way.
Yes.
Because this, like, changes, like... Cause you should have known that I didn't know, because I just asked you today about if you were going to Otakon, and you were all like... You like, had this overreaction of, like, I can't go to Otakon, and I'm like... Why? Because, like, you think you'll be moved out by August? And
it's just kind of miraculous that you never found out, because you were always, like, near when me and Mom and Dad were talking about it. It was
So where'd you get into?
I got into Chapman University in LA, which was my third pick, which
So
apparently
did you
it's still
get rejected from the second pick, or are you still...
That's the thing, is that when I got accepted in the Chapman a couple weeks ago, and then they give you 2 weeks to put down $1,000 enrollment deposit, and that secures that you're enrolled. Because otherwise they'll just give it to someone else and let them go in. But they told me that 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh fuck, now I have 2 weeks to hear back from the other two schools.
Right.
Or I'm just gonna have to choose Chapman. And so 2 weeks have passed, and I haven't heard back from the other schools, and Dad was just like, we need to make the deposit and just go there. So if I do hear back from the other schools and I get in somewhere, then I'll go to them instead and waste $1,000.
Now I have the answer to the question that you didn't answer when you walked into the room. Because as you were coming up the stairs, Mom said, "Did you pay Chapman yet?"
Yes.
And I said, "What the hell is?" I said,
I was like,
I actually
yes.
said, "Who the hell is Chapman?"
Yes.
And then you didn't say anything, and I was just like, whatever."
Yes. So anyways, I'm probably 90% chance I'm gonna go to Chapman.
Well, all right.
Unless but then the other schools are harder to get into, so I don't think I'm gonna get into those schools anyways. Well, so yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Yay.
So now you got to think about where the fuck you're gonna live.
Yeah, it's been one of those things where
So where is it?
I tell people and they're always excited for me, and I'm like, I'm not excited at all. I am
This is where the work starts.
In hell, existential hell.
So
much complication.
Where is it? Is it in LA?
It's in LA. It's like South LA.
Is it like a dangerous part of LA?
No. Oh, definitely not. I think it's in like Beverly Hills or some shit. Like it's in a good part of LA.
So the hard part's gonna be affording to live there.
I suppose. It's good. Getting there is gonna be the hardest part.
Right.
Because Mom had known someone I could, like the old woman, like one of her friends' moms I could stay with, but she lives in North LA, which is over an hour drive to Chapman.
Yeah, fuck that. Also,
it's like,
the amount she was like quoting was like high anyway, so
fairly.
But like,
especially because I'm probably not gonna be able to have a real job, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Good work.
There's a countdown on how many more Digi Bros are gonna happen.
Yeah, I guess we're close to the end of Digi Bros.
Maybe one more sesh after this one or something.
Well, how fucking soon are you leaving?
I don't fucking know.
One more sesh after this one.
I don't know how long this session's gonna.
So you gonna?
No, I meant game.
Okay.
Like game.
When I think session, I think when we sit down to play.
No. But,
I was like, Jesus
session
Christ.
as in game. I imagine we'll do Pokemon, probably one more game, and then I'll end up gone.
We could finish Demon Souls. We just kind of left it.
True. That would be a good idea.
We were like, it's Pokemon's 20th anniversary. And then we were like, we're doing this.
We're doing Pokemon now.
Yeah.
So I'm sick of bouncing between games.
Right.
Anyways, yeah. So I got into school. Yay!
Well, good job. This has been for both of us, a weirdly exciting week, I guess.
Suppose.
I mean, I haven't here's the thing. I haven't really done shit But interesting shit has happened to me, which I guess is similar to you getting into that school. You didn't really do anything; it just kind of happened.
It just finally happened.
Right. But you did do a lot of. You did like 70 hours of work, so pretty active week. I have had like March has been a fucking crazy month. All right, for me, like, and this is a weird thing is I don't know. I can't like parse in my mind how like when did we do the last Digi Bros like. It must have been after the Asterisk War was over, but I don't remember if it was before or after my next couple videos. Whatever the case may be, the month of March has been like crazy views for me. All the videos I've put out. Yeah. Asterisk War Parts 12A and B are both over 100,000 views. Konosuba video is like almost at 200,000 views.
Wow.
Anime's Getting Lazy with its meta is like 250,000 views. And then I put out this video that was just like me listing like a bunch of positive videos I'm about to make, or that I've made before. That one's got like 60,000 views. That's like an update video. I've never had like an update video get that many views. And I know that the reason is that I've perfected the title and thumbnail. And that's all this is. All of these extra views, this is all because I have perfected the formula for title and thumbnail on video. The title is a phrase that is something people care about, and the thumbnail is a cute anime face. And like that's all you need. And like, you know, Konosuba is genuinely hilarious. A picture of Megumin, the most popular character. I don't even talk about her in the video. She's the most popular character. You know, Anime's Getting Lazy with its meta, show an implication of fan service from a popular show, which is Phantom World, and a title that makes people think, oh man, this is gonna be good. So with that positive reviews video, I called it videos about anime that I actually like, and it's got a picture of like Tamako from Tamako Market making like a shocked face. You know, if that was if the thumbnail for that had been my had not been an anime picture, it had just been my face.
No one would have watched.
No one would have watched that. 60,000 views, crazy for a fucking update video, right? Then I put out this erased video that's got over 100,000 views now.
Yeah. And
here's. Like, that all happened. So that's all a big deal, right? I'm still gaining subscribers hand over fist. After the Asterisk War video finished, I gained an insane number of patrons. Like an amount that doesn't make any sense to me, because I don't get why people just suddenly decided to do it, like, after that. Like, now that Asterisk War is over, people were like, man, that was so satisfying, I guess I have to give him money now. Like, I guess that was the mindset of it, but it was like... It was kind of strange to just see it all, like, it was, like, well over $100 in, like, days, you know? And then, and it's gone up to, like, 630 something per video, which is, like, crazy, you know? I mean, obviously it won't actually be that much for every video, but it's still a lot of money. And, like, so I'm talking about hiring Devu full-time and shit like that, you know, which is what I said I would do once I hit 600 on Patreon and shit. And then, like, I got... Out of the fucking blue, Anthony Fantano, the internet's busiest music nerd, invites me to be on his podcast. Out of nowhere! I've like, Fantano's been following me for like a year and a half. Like, you know, he subscribes to my channel, he's been following my Twitter, but he also follows like 1 million people. So, you know, he's left a comment on 2 of my videos before, but way in the past. And, you know... I didn't know why he wanted to talk to me in particular. Like, I don't know. I guess he was just between guests and didn't have anybody, because he invited me to be on the next day. You know, it was like super short notice, so clearly he wasn't finished with, you know, whatever else. But like, I was just like, whoa, what the fuck? You know, so I do this 2-hour podcast with Fantano. That goes up. Super exciting, you know, it was a great podcast. My fucking parents were freaking out about it, because my dad's heard of the needle drop. Because he's got some guy who he works with who's like a big music fan. Like, apparently he's a huge fan of Fantano. And, like, he had no idea that I, like, knew him and, like, you know, had talked to him and stuff like that. And Dad was all thinking my channel was gonna explode because of this video. And I'm like, dude, his podcasts get fewer views than, like, my videos do. You know, it's not gonna be a big deal. But it was pretty funny that he thought that. But like, so all this crazy stuff is happening, but it was also really weird, because at the same time, after finishing the Asterisk War video series, I made I wrote this Phantom World video, right? And now, like, the Devu, my editor, has been in like this kind of like existential life crisis because of the fact that he really doesn't want to have to work like a normal job. He wants to be nothing but a video maker, like an editor or a maker of his own content, right? And like he you know, he had been working for his dad for like they have like a local business cleaning windows and shit. And he'd been working there like part-time, and he just doesn't want to do that at all. And he was trying to basically, his dad gave him like a 3-month period at the start of this year where he was like, you can do your internet thing, and if it works out, then you want it to come back to work for me, right?
Yeah.
And it hasn't totally worked out, you know, like he was expecting my Patreon to grow faster basically, and I'd be able to pay him more sooner, or for his own videos to come out faster. But he didn't end up making videos as fast as he like wanted to and like predicted that he would. So like we were talking about it and stuff, and we were trying to come up with strategies for how he could make his own videos and mine at the same time. But he basically had planned, like, as soon as I finish the Asterisk War, like, I'll edit your last video before the end of the month, but I want to go do videos on my own channel. But it was hilarious because he went out it with this attitude of like, I'm gonna go work on my channel, and I'm gonna log off of Skype and stop talking to you guys and stop worrying about your channel. I'm gonna go work on mine. Literally moments before my Patreon skyrockets. So like, you know, he's all like disappointed with my Patreon and is like going to go do his own work, while my Patreon is suddenly just climbing out of nowhere, and he's like off doing this other stuff, and I'm like, Devu, what are you doing? This is not the time. Like, come back. What the fuck are you doing? Edit my videos, you know? So then I end up editing a bunch of videos because I'm like, I gotta capitalize on this, like, crazy.
No money.
Yeah, no. He's trying to get my Phantom World video done by the end of the month. I don't know if he'll be able to, but like, and I'm not gonna release it till next month, but I'll, you know, pay him early or whatever. But like, his plan like almost kind of backfired. It was just like, no, this was the absolute worst possible time to not be working on my videos, you know, because my videos are blowing up huge out of nowhere. So yeah, like, all this crazy stuff's happening, and I'm just like trying to manage it all, and I keep like making these, like, I didn't intend to release all these videos that I did. Like, it was like the Konosuba one and the Anime Getting Lazy with its meta one were like supposed to come out later, or just came to me at random, and then I just ended up making them, and they got huge. I didn't expect it, you know? And then the Erased video was just like, I gotta talk about Erased now. Like, I just got to. It has to happen. The show's ending. It's a big deal. I want to cover it. And man, I have created the biggest shitstorm I have ever created.
Yes.
And I'm a man who has created some shitstorms, Victor. I have created some epic shitstorms with my videos in the past. The Season 4 finale of My Little Pony made an entire community hate me for giving a mediocre review to an episode.
God.
Like, I have... There's a contingent of brony fandom that like hates my guts because of that video where I said that an episode was kind of okay. You know, but even that video was like slightly more than half likes.
Yeah.
This one is more than half dislikes.
Jesus.
Erased is like, oh man, people are not happy about this video. Incredible. And I know why, because I took like this very confrontational tone, and I just didn't give a fuck. Like, because the kind of thing, like, once upon a time, I made this video about Zenko no Terror that I've always said is like my worst anime video.
Yes.
Because the attitude I took with it was that I had only seen 3 episodes, and I'd heard the series went to shit, and everyone was complaining to me about it. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna watch this show so I can talk about how shit it got and like what I think it did wrong. But the way I wrote the video was like, it was obvious to everyone that it was shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't really explain myself in a lot of depth. And so when it turned out that there's a lot of people who don't think the show is shit, they were very mad about the way I had written the video. And it got a lot of dislikes. But like, what it convinced me to take it down, because I unlisted it, was that Demolition D made this much better video about Aldanoa Zero that kind of made the point I was trying to make, but did it without being a dick about it, and like, and while making sense and stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna hide this one. Then with this Erased video, it's funny because the mistake I made in the writing is the exact same.
Yeah.
I treated it like
I certainly felt that same vibe from it.
But like, the thing is that you only would feel, in the case of Zenko no Terror, I literally was putting words in the audience's mouth. I was like, we all think this sucks, and people were like, no, we don't. You know, with Erased, it was more like I was addressing just certain people. Like, I'm addressing people who are disappointed with the show.
Yeah.
You know? Not everyone's disappointed with it. And I also gave it the title, Erased Was Never That Good. So most of the dislikes are just from the title, you know? Like, people just like, oh, what the how dare you shit on my favorite show, you know? But, like, it doesn't bother me this time. Like, I don't care. I don't, like, why should I care? I wrote what I wanted to write. I said what I had to say. Fuck those people, you know? Like,
Jesus.
If you don't like it, get out of here, you know? And so, yeah, there's like a million dislikes. I don't give a fuck. And the funny thing is, because this is the check I did, right? I said this on Twitter, because I went to bed, like, within, like, half an hour of posting the video up, and I woke up to just bedlam, right?
Yes.
Thousands of comments. Everyone who watches the video comments on it. It's insanity, right? So, I keep saying that. That's such an overstatement. It's got 100,000 views, and it's got like 4,000 comments, but it's still insane amounts of comments. But like, oh my god, I wake up and I just see this, but then I see all the dislikes, I see all the negative comments and all the people bitching, but then I look and I see the view count is already at like 50,000, right? I'm like, alright, monetization's on this video, that's $50. And then I looked at my patrons, and no one had unsubbed to my Patreon. And I'm like, okay, I didn't piss off my patrons that much. I looked at my sub count. My sub count was going up. So I went, okay, I didn't piss off my subscribers that much. I'm safe! Yes. I'm fine! Like, it's okay for people to hate my video as long as I'm still doing okay, like, financially. You know, like, because I was just like, The only, like, negative for me is that I have to listen to all this shit that people are spewing at me. And the thing is that I still feel I have the moral high ground in this. Like, all I did was make a video about my opinion of a show. I didn't insult the viewers. The viewers are insulting me, you know, for not liking a show they like. Oh my god! Such an affront to your character to suggest that a show you like might be bad to me.
Yeah, man, you're an asshole.
Wow, what a dick. That guy sure didn't like my favorite show. What a fucking asshole.
You might as well kill yourself.
That's what people like. That's what people don't get when they like defend criticism. They're like, you can't take criticism even though you can dish it out. I am dishing it out on a show. I'm not insulting people to their faces. I'm not going up. You know, I'm not going to get into this because we just did a podcast about this, me and the procrastinators. Yeah. For the PCP, we did next week's podcast is commenter rules, and man, it goes on for over 2 hours. It's beautiful. It's the best podcast ever, and it's just 2 hours of really angry ranting about how much commenters suck and all the shit that they do. Digi Bros commenters aren't that bad. But,
I love Digibros commenters.
Yeah.
I think we have the best fucking comments. It's because
it's a small audience and they know we read it all.
That and the fact that people have had disagreeing comments, and then I've gone and I've replied to them with an explanation that contradicts them, and then they say, "You changed my mind," and I was like, "Oh my god! Whoa!" People are influenced by opinions and listen to what you have to say.
Yeah.
Reasonable people who don't just get in, they'll get in arguments with each other, but when I come in, it's almost always like it just dissolves. The argument dissolves.
I'm glad you reminded me of this because I brought this up on the podcast, but I don't know if this guy listens to it. But I have to address one of our commenters. Redler Red, you do not have replies enabled. I don't always get the chance to tell people this. Yeah. See, there's a thing on YouTube. There's a thing on YouTube where if you have a certain thing in your options set to where people can only talk to you if they're in your contacts list, and a lot of people don't realize they have this, they can't respond to your comments. No one can unless they're in your contact list. And people will leave comments like asking questions or looking for a response, or they'll try to send you messages, but you can't respond because they don't have replies enabled. And man, like, sometimes it makes me mad when people ask questions and they don't have replies enabled, but more often it just makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because it's always someone who I have an answer to.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have replies enabled. And there's nothing I can do. I can't inform you. There's no way to reach you because it's disabled. So I'm just like, I guess you're fucked, you know? But we have this opportunity that this Redler Red guy leaves comments on, like, a lot of videos, and they're usually pretty well thought out comments. There's no way to respond to them. So, Redler, you're like the one guy who actually gets to have someone tell them, your replies are not enabled. We cannot respond to you. Alright, next time on Digi Bros. More.
Oh man, that was a whole other episode.
Yes.